Yo, welcome to an episode of I'm Just Saying. Last time we had the relationship show. Today, I have a couple of relationship questions. But before we get to that, let me invite my guests and introduce them, I should say, to the show and give y'all a feel of who they are and the powerful voices I have with me. First, I'm going to start off with Shrewd, the Glam Jones. You already know her on Instagram and her heavy following views and all her wild takes and stuff she do. But she's back, and we brought her here with my man, my partner, Mr. Mikey Smalls, the shrewd businessman. Y'all know him. This man is George Jefferson's nephew, and he's definitely my main man. You hear me? So we back, y'all, for a different episode. And I told him I had just a couple of those relationship questions, but we talking about real life stuff this time, all right? Not to say relationships is not real life, but it's not all of life. So we want to just get to y'all the real life stuff mostly, but we got to start off where I left off at kind of a little bit last time with basically a question that I have to ask my guests. First of all, before we go into that, I was rude. I apologize. How y'all guys doing today? It's good to have y'all. Y'all looking good. Mike got his arms out and you got your nice dress on. Y'all look like y'all going to a cookout. I'm staying in the house. There's too much drama outside. I'm staying in the house under the AC. No sports on. Chilling. But anyway, y'all, how y'all been doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Enjoying my Sunday.
And other than that, though, how was the last show? How you feel the last show we did?
Oh, the last show, I was very proud of us. We're actually quite funny.
Yeah, we are funny.
And I was sitting there like, oh.
Especially the girl with the doo-doo in the butt.
I was just like, oh my God.
Oh, man.
But this is really our life.
That was really my life. You know what I mean?
And I tell people all the time, my life is like a story. And then they just sharing it with people. People like, you're lying. I'm like, no, dog. Like, this really happened.
Yeah, we're not trying to boost the ratings up. We just overly sharing, you know, I mean, real life experiences. Let me move on to my man, Mikey Smalls, a shrewd businessman. Definitely a guy of expertise. What's been going on with you, Mike? Share a little bit. Elaborate.
Same stuff for me, man. I'm blessed, happy to be here.
How's life been treating
you? It's been a little rough, but I'm pushing through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's all we can do.
Ain't we from the mud anyway?
Oh, you better believe it.
We are from the mud, the bottom of the mud, by the way. I mean, under the ground. But we here and we survivors, and we just trying to give y'all what we call one of the best podcasts in the world. And we got our new member here was Msglam Jones. She always hypes the show up, and she gives you that female edge that you probably was waiting for, because we got some female people who like, well, I don't ever have a girl on the show. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, if you had a girl, I would listen a little bit more. Well, you got it more than a girl. You got a woman right here. So now let's move on to some more topics and whatever you may have it. So I had a topic, and Mike asked me, so babe, what we gonna be doing today? I said, well, mostly real life stuff. But I'm gonna start back off where I landed last time, or I should say ended. Okay. And this first question is, when converting from the street life and as a man and as a woman converting from the strip club, making money and on the streets, how do you make the sacrifices to maintain an equally adequate lifestyle of happiness, ups and downs, but balance in your relationship, in your home, with your family, and your own self? How do you make the conversion from working in the streets to working at a 9-to-5 corporate job, leaving the strip club, going to a 9-to-5 corporate job? How do you make the sacrifices, conversions to a balanced life? We start with you, Miss Glam Jones, because I know you was waiting. I'm like, I hope you don't do me first. Yeah, I'm gonna do you first.
Well, those are good questions, but I never was a stripper, so I couldn't tell you how she would feel.
Well, I know you know a stripper, because everybody know a stripper. I know a stripper.
Look, I just had to clarify.
Okay.
And then, but I do know someone very close where I watched the transition of her trying to leave the strip club. Mm-hmm. But the two people that I know that did do that, both of them still are involved in it. They wanted to go. I even helped with job applications, helped show them what to wear, gave them a whole little glam makeover for interviews. They'll get the jobs.
Or you was going to be like a manager to one of them, somewhat.
If you know me, then most of my friends know I'm that friend that they'll come to, like, well, what should I put on? And I'm like, no, you can't wear that to no job interview. Trying to wear stilettos and a bra, but I got a blazer on. Bitch, what you got a bra on? So, they did get the job. The one person did get the job, but she quit because she couldn't wait that long for a check.
Right.
Bitch, I do this every day.
Right.
But they're used to the fast money. Once you get that fast money, it's like a drug to them.
Yeah,
they're still chasing it.
They chasing it.
So eventually she wound up going back to the strip club. Now I can say the transition from me being single to being tied down and then stuff like that. But
that'll be a whole nother story and a whole nother podcast if you go into that far into it. But I understand what you're saying. But
most of the women that I know, they didn't transition back into
they
that.
didn't transition back into it. It's just kind of hard to go from one extreme to the other. Even though we get older and can't do the same things we used to do.
Their patience is different. They're already programmed to get the fast.
Because me and Mike always discuss it, the climate is different nowadays. So to stay adequate to the streets after 35 is kind of like an obsolete or oxymoron, so to speak. But I'm gonna let Mike elaborate on, the question I asked about converting as a man, and just a little bit of elaboration as a woman. How could they create balance after converting from the streets life of selling drugs or the street life of being a stripper?
Okay, well, what I think, I don't know about the selling drugs part. None of that.
Right.
What I would think it would have to go, because when you're in the street, you got two sets of bills. You got your bills inside the house, and you got your bills that you accumulate while you bring in the fast money.
Right.
So the bills that you accumulate when you generate the fast money will have to stop. Slow down at first or whatever to, the savings start getting a little low. Then it got to stop completely, because you still got to take care of the bills while you actively looking for employment. You still have to take care of the bills inside the household just to keep your respect inside the household as a man.
Yes, that part. Speak on that a little bit more.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the respect does minimize as you lose income stability.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to.
He didn't want to go that far with it, but I'm gonna be the asshole and go that far with it. You getting cut, nigga, if you ain't bringing no money in back to that man.
Yeah. But as a man, you do wanna bring in, bring a nice amount of money to your household.
Right.
Just so you can keep saying you're a man.
Right. It gives you more than leverage. It makes you feel worthy.
Yeah, it don't have nothing to do with nobody else, how they feel about it. Just being a man, to yourself. But
now, I know you can't really elaborate with the woman part going from stripper to a regular job, but what is your thoughts on trying to convert from stripper to 9 to 5, even if it is something like Walmart until you get to the nursing stage?
Right. I don't know none that ever done it.
Does the stripper have a husband or?
Let's just say she found a love interest that's trying to, Players Club her.
But I would think if a stripper found somebody to be with her and accepted her while she was stripping, he would help her when she tried to transition from that, going to get a regular job, and he would kind of carry a little bit more of the weight as far as the bills, car note, mortgage,
Absolutely,
stuff like that.
That's understandable.
Until she found, gainful employment, then, she can start helping out or whatever. But I think it's all about how you write the what.
Do you really think that she's going to transition? Do you really think a woman's going to transition from the strip club to
I've seen it
Walmart?
done.
Walmart.
Well, not Walmart, but I've seen it transitioning happening. No offense. But go ahead.
I know a few people who were stripping, and I'm gonna just say it all depends on what they were doing before they were stripping. They might have college degree. I know some people with college degrees who were stripping.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I know one young lady went to trade school and started stripping or whatever. And I would hope that they will, put their credentials to work.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Not just go to work. Not saying that Walmart is. I'm just throwing Walmart.
I just said it just
Right,
rolled
in
off
general,
the tongue.
like-
Not saying that Walmart is not a good job. A good place.
I worked at Walmart.
It's somewhere to start, but I just feel like it all depends on how you manage. I know us as people, myself included, we tend not to know how to manage money too well.
Same here.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to manage your money. You gotta figure out what you need, what you don't need.
Because after that strip club, it's like they spend money every day because they get it every day.
Yeah, and
so I watched a couple of my friends like really go nuts because you're used to getting this every day. But
And you feel like, I'm so sorry to cut you off, sis. Do you feel like strippers with those big knots, wads of money, live like a drug dealer life? Because I see them giving away money too a lot.
It's fast money. I compare a drug dealer to a stripper. It's both two different hustles, but they both hustling and they both got the same street mindset. That's why they go together.
A lot of them do
right.
date each other.
They date each other because they understand each other's hustle.
That's true.
But
so go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think
hold on. Strippers date drug dealers?
Yes, a lot.
Every book that
I used to
read,
date a stripper, and she told me my last boyfriend was a drug dealer. The one before that was a drug dealer. He got killed, so I'm trying to not mess with drug dealers no more.
Okay, I got you.
I think they're attracted to the same type of lifestyle they live.
Because it's
a 9 to 5 do not really attracting them that much.
I don't know. It just seemed to me like if you a stripper, you would go for the straight guy. If you were a drug dealer, you would go for the good girl because
that's what we were talking about.
You need stability. You need like both of us can't be bad. Somebody has to be good.
Which brings me to my next question as we go on. But I'm gonna just say this one thing before we go. And this is serious. This is not a joking situation. I'm just oversharing. But it was a time where life got real bad, and I tried to be a stripper before. Jamil Millions was going to be my manager. He had me training, working out 2 times a day, 1 in the noon, 1 at 4 o'clock. Workout regimen. Then we went to Risque and I auditioned. I thought I did good. I was lean, fit, in the best shape of my life. But the woman I was with was resentful, but she said, you need to go and do that because we just need some money in here. And that's when I felt like a hustler. I didn't know how to hustle dope, didn't know how to sell clothes, didn't know how to flip a tire. But I figured I could sell my body at the time because, I was in the best shape of my life. People thought I was doing it to get ass. I was doing it to get cash. But they rejected me and I did not make the audition. I made the audition, I danced. They probably thought I was stiff. Didn't make it as a stripper. And that's the end of that story. We're going to move forward. We're going to move forward. I tried, though. I was in there like, yo, what's up? I'm trying to strip. Need this money. But a lot comes with that lifestyle that I was unaware of. And that's why I never went back for it. That was a message from God. That's also my cue to get off of that. Right there, you hear the buzzer ringer. So it's time to move on to the next question at hand.